All right, well, I suppose there's nothing to it but to do it. We're going to be talking about some Reddit stories. You ready?
If I can read right.
I know, that's the hard part, is reading.
I'm such a professional reader. Insert clips of me messing up every 5 seconds.
Don't worry, that's what we have editing for. So yeah, I've Tegan with me here again. So as much as this is my podcast, it's kind of slowly becoming Tegan's podcast. Someone needs to come on that's not Tegan.
She's holding me hostage. Help me.
Hey, I'll feed you after this. Does that work?
Oh, okay. Talk about what?
You know, I told you I had snacks downstairs if you needed
true.
snacks. Okay. But yeah, so we just picked out a good handful of stories for each other. So we're gonna go back and forth. Tegan's gonna read one. I'm gonna read one. Whatever. I don't know. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
'Tis up to you. We can rock, paper, scissors.
All right, rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Okay.
Oh, okay. We are like the same person, so I'm surprised we didn't just pick the same one over and over again.
Okay. This is from r/am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for wanting space from my boyfriend's family after they pressured him to break up with me and leave me stranded with our twins?
Oh dear, you picked like mine or not.
I went straight messy. I really like the messy ones because I like the drama, but I don't like drama in my life.
I get it too. No, I like listening to the Reddit stories that are like, yeah, real deep, and you're like, oh my god, like what?
I like to like gasp out loud and be shook.
Yeah. All right, let's hear it.
Okay. I, 21 female, have been with my boyfriend, 22 male, for a few years, and we have twin babies together. We've been living in his family's brownstone for the past 2 years while I'm finishing up school. I'm 82% done with my degree, and the house has
Specific.
3... I don't know, she's just...
82%.
She is very honest. She's like, I'm going to be
I feel that way. I relate.
You are
I
also,
relate.
like, 90% done with yours.
Yes,
So
we're almost there. One more semester. 3/4 of the semester. I don't know, what's that percentage? 3/4.
The house...
left.
Oh, sorry. The house has 3 apartments. I share one with his sister, 30 female, and her fiance, while his older brother, 32 male, and their mother live in the other units. Our relationship isn't perfect. We're all young, still figuring things out. Sometimes we don't see eye to eye on parenting or responsibilities, but we love each other. We've been committed to raising our kids together. Last week, everything escalated. His family suddenly told me I had one night to move out with the babies and go live with my mom.
Okay, hold on. I gotta step out for a second. So they live in separate apartments inside this house? Is that what I heard?
It's like a house where it has like 3 separate apartments. So the mom is in one, the older brother is in one, and then it's like her and her husband, and then sister and...
I thought I don't know, I misunderstood what you said. I thought you were saying that she was living in an apartment, like separate, inside the same house, but anyways, okay.
It's like the house has 3 separate like apartments, brownstone.
I understand that. I just thought the husband and the wife were living separately.
No, they're together.
Cool, alright, so
they're
family's
together.
like, yo, you gotta go.
Basically, yeah. So, their reasoning was the house looked too lived in. They wanted the place to look pristine all times. No toys, no dishes, no baby items left out. I'm in school full-time and raising twins. I do my best to keep the space clean, but it's unrealistic to expect no signs of kids existing.
How dare your lived-in house
look
we
babysit, because, like, I babysit for my brother. They're there for, like, 3 hours. Like, I can, like, deep clean the house before, and it's gonna look...
Explosion.
Yeah, basically.
That is insane. Okay. I have comments on that, but I'll let you finish.
We said that wasn't an option, and they told us we could go to Florida first. For context, we've been planning on moving down there for some time. For unrelated reasons, we hate New York and the area we live in. I pushed back and said I couldn't leave overnight and needed at least a month to figure things out. That led to a huge blow-up. I was yelled at, cornered, and almost physically grabbed while my kids were right there. While I asked them to stop cursing in front of the babies, they said they could do whatever they wanted. And I don't know. I guess we cuss on here, huh?
You can cuss if you want.
I'm going for it.
It's our show. We can do what we
They
want.
could do whatever the fuck they wanted. So.
I censor it anyways.
The little dolphin noise from SpongeBob. Sorry. After a heated argument, they backed down and agreed I could stay until our move-out date. His brother and sister actually came to me over the next few days and apologized. This is after they threw away my children's toys down the stairs and dumped the detergent in our clean clothes that were in the dryer.
Brother.
I mean, we were literally doing our best to move out ASAP, buying boxes and all that stuff. Cause
you can't just move.
You can't just like...
Especially with children, but even myself, you can't just move.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah. Oh my God, how long did it take for me to move? That was awful.
It was like a full month process.
Yeah, especially for my, I mean...
And
yeah.
you didn't have...
house to
you
another
didn't
house.
have to find an apartment or anything.
No.
Like
Luckily...
they still have to find jobs over there, apartments over there, like...
And also raise 2 children.
Yeah, twins. Same age.
Twins.
There's not like there's an older one that can kind of take care of themselves. They're both chillins.
Dude.
Anyway, his mom never said sorry for putting her fingers in my face in front of my kids. I never once said I'm not moving out. I need more than one day, though. I thought things had cooled off, but today my boyfriend broke down and told me the truth. His family had been pressuring him since the weekend to break up with me before we move. They gave him an ultimatum. Either he breaks up with me by tomorrow or they fire him from the family business. They told him I'm a distraction and that he should be focusing on his career and that he shouldn't be as involved with raising the kids. Their plan was to have me move to Florida under the assumption that we're still together, and then once we got settled, he would leave me. Since I wasn't able to afford housing on my own, I literally make more money than him and can afford to live alone, you know. Mm-hmm. They just think I can't. I don't know if I read
she's
that.
a woman.
Yeah.
I'm getting that vibe from this family.
Woman in STEM.
He doesn't need to raise the children.
Yeah.
That's what women are for.
Oh, wait till the fucking alternate situation they have makes total sense. They assumed I'd be forced to let them take the kids, so they would still have the kids. Not legally, but out of necessity, because she'd be out on her ass and not being able to support them or whatever. Mm-hmm. They think, anyway. They planned to hire a full-time nanny or an au pair to raise them so he could dedicate himself to work. They also explicitly told him not to tell me.
If you have the money to hire a nanny, then why does he need to work that much? You know what I'm saying? Like, nannies are expensive. Mm-hmm. But also... I'm not even a parent.
It's like if you're just going to keep the kids there anyway. I get it's an excuse of the house looks lived in. They probably just want her out, whatever.
Right.
But like if you're just going to keep the kids anyway and have a nanny there raising them, you might as well, the wife can just
stay full-time
there.
Parent.
I mean, she does have a job. She's getting that coin. But, you know.
But they should just hire her to take care of her own kids.
Yeah. Yeah. She can get paid to nanny.
Yeah.
Do that instead. Oh my goodness.
Okay, sorry.
You're good.
This is crazy. This is the first one you're opening with. Mine are not like this.
I know mine was kind of like, this one's kind of a long one. I probably should have left this one for the end one.
No,
the other ones are like
fine. We're getting
short.
into it. Let's do it.
His mother is currently dying of brain cancer. Plot twist. It was given about 2 years to live. This makes the situation even more emotionally complicated because his family is using that as a reason, like why he should be prioritizing them over us. They don't want him to move out with me basically because they feel like he should be spending all his time with her while she's still alive. Because they expect me and our babies to, but they just expect me and our babies to pack up and leave. He finally broke down and told me, he was crying, throwing up from anxiety, and completely overwhelmed by the pressure they've put on him. You poor fucking baby.
Oh no.
I don't think he ever planned on going through with it, but the fact that they've been pushing this so aggressively right before we moved out feels like they were trying to set me up.
I am of the opinion that if it feels like someone is pressuring you to, like, break up with somebody, then, like, you shouldn't feel that way.
I
know.
Like,
nothing somebody tells you should make you feel like you should break up with the person you're with. Otherwise, there's, like, another problem. You know what I mean? Like, if you really love somebody and really care about them,
really,
no matter what other people say, you should never be like, man, you're right. And I understand people are manipulative and stuff like that and can make you think things, but I don't know.
Yeah. He actually did tell me earlier that we were done, but after a long conversation, that whole thing came out where he was like, I've been screaming, crying, throwing up. So he did actually try to break up with her. But she was like, oh, what's going on? But he didn't want to, but they also threatened to cut him off from his mother's last few years. I call BS. They think I should just go live with my mom and make things easier for him. They're saying I'm overreacting and being difficult instead of just accepting that they're looking out for his best interests. Now they're acting completely normal to my face. Like, none of this ever happened, that I don't know their plan. I've made it clear I'm not moving out without him, and we are and we are leaving together. But after everything, I don't know how to treat his family anymore. I don't want to be overly hostile, but I don't feel like I can just smile and pretend they didn't try to rip my family apart.
Just cut them out. I wouldn't even. So I don't know. That's like no question to me. I think that's crazy behavior. I can't imagine what else they do.
I don't like it when people threaten me, like especially with like my livelihood or like money. They're like, "Well, I won't pay for this anymore," or like, "I won't help you with this." And I was like, "Then don't do it."
Yeah.
If you're gonna hold it over my head, don't do it.
I am my own person. I can take care of myself. I do not need your help. I do not. I mean,
I know he like works for like the family business or whatever they do. I'm sure he's learned all about family business and everything. Like, if it was like a certain trade or something, he could just be like, "Well, I'll just take my
either he can go get another job
experience elsewhere, you know? Do what you gotta do." The top comment says, "Gloves are off. Move, take custody, and get child support. He didn't have your back. He didn't push back on his family at all. He will never have your back. You don't need to be fake polite. Just make sure everyone knows what kind of trash they are."
Yeah. It's hard because kind of like when you grow up with that dynamic of, you know, you're always told these things by your parents. This is how you grew up. This is how you were raised. It's hard to then act against that when you're older. So it's hard to immediately be like, "Oh, well, he's the asshole. He's in the wrong. He, you know, break up with him now."
Yeah.
Because it's like, how old did it say they were? Or did it
They're younger than us, I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Oh, God. Then even more so.
She's 21 and he is 22.
Yeah, so, yeah, even more so.
You are still young. Take those kids. Go to with your mom to Florida. Her mom was in Florida? I don't know. Move to Florida. I don't know.
He is in, like, both of them are in, like, prime. I say this as a 22-year-old. They're, like, in prime. Oh, I'm going to learn new behaviors. I'm still learning to be my own person.
Your frontal lobe's developing.
Yeah, no, literally. And whether or not, I mean, they have children, so yeah, they have to step up in that sense. But, like, that doesn't change the fact that they're still learning to be human beings themselves, like adults. That's crazy.
But, yeah, I think she should just leave him. Sorry.
I think I would tell him and be like, "Here's the situation. This is how I'm leaving. I'm taking the children. I am leaving. And if you don't understand that your family's crazy, then, like, you can stay.
We can.
I'm not interested.
Like, you could be like, we can co-parent, send me child support, but, you know."
Yeah, I'd be like, I can't say, like, immediately, "Oh, cut him off. Be done with him," whatever. I think that, I mean, and again, like, to be fair, we're just reading the story. We don't know 100% how he feels. We don't know 100% anything, right? But just from this, I'm like, I feel like there's more. I feel like there's something I don't know. It doesn't feel to me that he's 100% because he did struggle to break up, but I don't know. Like, from what I know, most of the time people are like, "Oh, I have cancer. Oh, I realize what's important in life," and they, like, learn to put past them any sort of.
She just went full on, like,
stuff.
"I'm going out.
The opposite.
I'm gonna blow up everything up on my way
I'm gonna
out,
let you remember. I'm gonna make sure people remember me. I'm gonna act up so much. You write a Reddit story about me, and people do podcasts talking about me. I'm going down in history."
She made a legacy.
You know what? I applaud her.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so sorry about that. We lost audio for just a second. So that end of the story may have been finished with, like, really poor audio, and I'm sorry about that, but I felt like I was on a really good rant. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But technical difficulties are what we're really good at producing here. Anyways, I think Tegan found some sort of update or some sort of mention of something.
I was just, while you were doing your tech stuff, I was just scrolling through the comments because I like to, like, you know, read about people talking shit.
Oh, yeah. Drama.
And, oh, gosh, hold on. Where was it? It says this is concerning considering 3 months ago he was, like, posting sensitive photo or sharing sensitive photos of her.
Yo. Like, publicly?
I don't know publicly, but I can't find the post because I think she deleted it. But
I love it. I love it when you find those Reddit posts where they like dive deeper into the person. And it's like, well, I see that according to your page, or this, so this makes sense for this.
Well, because sometimes you can go into that and like they've already posted about like their significant other before, and they did something like terrible. Yeah. And people are like, hey, I don't think you're in a good relationship. And they're just like, no, it's okay, which is sad sometimes.
Yeah, it creates like a whole new perspective. It's crazy. Yeah. So as has been established, we are roommates.
And they were
roommates. Okay. We also, that has also been established, we also have cats.
Yes.
And are animal lovers. So this one I felt like resonated with who we are. So it is an Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole? My roommate got a cat. She avoids him and cuddles up to me a lot. And my roommate's upset that I'm stealing the cat. Okay. I live with a roommate and he has a cat. He's had her for about 10 months, and in that time, she's gotten pretty attached to me and skittish around him. I think some of that has to do with how he tried to train her to not do things, like going on the counter. He'd pick her up and hold her when raising his voice and going, no, or whatever, which freaked her out and caused her to flail and try to jump onto the ground and hide.
Oh, no.
I can, like, picture this.
Yeah.
My cat owner knows. I never tried to train or discipline the cat. I just left her alone. It's not his cat. But she'd start coming to bed with me at night. And when I've been working from home, she'll come and sit on my lap or climb on my desk. I'm not much of a cat lover. I'm more of a dog person, but I guess she's pretty cute, and she's very warm and soft, LOL. Nice when living in a rental home and a landlord is too cheap to turn on the heat. And her purring is kind of calming and nice. Haha. I love the way he's writing about this. It's pretty awesome. So I was never too bothered by her coming and sleeping in my bed. I have an attic room, and I leave the door upstairs open to let the heat in, since the heat in my room sucks, so the cat could always come and go from my room as a result. She seems to have gotten quite attached. She spends the majority of time in my bedroom, and whenever I leave the house and come back, she'll be rushing to greet me. When she sees my roommate, she tends to make herself scarce. I have a theory that he spooked her enough that when he was trying to train her and discipline her, that she just runs into the room that he's never goes in, my bedroom. I didn't really pick up on this for a long time. And I'm not really a cat person, so most of the time the cat's doing something other than lazily about. I just look at the cat as being weird. Anyway, my roommate has been getting irritated with me this winter for hogging and stealing his cat. I said that I wasn't trying to do anything to make her come by my room. She just does that on her own. What does he want me to do? Kick her out? I don't have time to pick up the cat and bring her back to the commons area of the house when I'm working or when I'm trying to sleep. Plus, she's probably annoyed at that anyways. He said that I must be doing something to make her come to my room all the time, and he said I wasn't doing anything on purpose. I don't really know anything about cats, so I wouldn't know how to make a cat do anything if I wanted to. They seem really willful and not trainable like a dog. Yes. Yeah. He picked that up in 10 months.
Yeah.
He said that he wanted me to keep the door shut so she couldn't get in. I said that I'd rather not. My attic doesn't get heated very much, and the door is shut when the door is shut. Also, a few times I've shut her out, she won't stop meowing and scratching at it to be let in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cats hate a closed door.
No, closed door's not allowed.
No, not allowed. And I can't sleep or work with that distraction. He said that I was being selfish. It was his cat and that I was hogging her. He wanted a pet during quarantine, and he barely sees her unless she's going to eat or pee. Am I the asshole for accidentally hogging my roommate's cat? I thought that story was just great.
That's awesome. I love that.
It sounds like this dude was an asshole to a cat, and then was mad that the cat didn't like him.
Yeah. He's probably trying really hard whenever he sees that cat, instead of just doing what you do, which is just leave it alone, and it'll warm up to you eventually, basically.
Yeah.
So I did to Alphonse, and you see how he's clingy.
Yeah. He's a sweet boy.
You're a little sweetheart.
No, when I moved in, I wasn't gonna say I was worried, but there was like a small part of me that was like, what if my cats love them more than me? And I was kind of sad about that picture, because then I was like, okay, then when I move out, like, how can I take them away from them if they love them more than me? And that's just awful, right? It's not like that.
No.
They love you, but not like that.
Not like that. No, my cats lay on you more than yours do me.
Yeah. For context, I have 3 female cats. You have 2 boy cats and a little boy dog.
Yeah, I'm a boy mom.
Yeah, you got all the boys. I got all the girls. My bedroom's on the 2nd floor, and that's the only thing really on the 2nd floor as of now. And so they kind of stay up in their area. Your cats stay on the on the 1st floor, and
I kind of just.
My cat I, for context, I have a cat named I. So when she says
it gets very confusing. We're like, I has to go out, you know. I needs food. I's into this.
Yeah.
I is very confusing.
You get used to it. It's like I can tell when somebody's talking about I and when they're saying I. It's just like a different, I don't know that you say it differently. I don't know what it is.
People, you know. If somebody's just going, gosh dang it,
you know it's the cat.
You know.
But yeah, so as far, I don't know. And I think there was a comment on here. Someone said, not the asshole, quoted, I must be doing something to make her come into my room all the time. They responded, yeah, you must have some big cat secret, like, don't actively traumatize the animal.
Yeah.
And someone else responded saying, it's funny, but oh my God, I swear you see the same thing in different degrees of all manners and other human-to-human relationship. Physically violent men and women, emotionally violent men with men, TLDR, they say that somebody who's abusive to somebody will be abusive and then be like, what do you mean? Why are you mad at me? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, like, I don't understand what I did wrong.
It's like when Cody plays rough.
100%. It's that exact situation. Cody, her fiance, other roommate who is never here, but he will play with my cat, right? And like roughhouse her, and then she will and scratch and play with him, and then she will sit like on his chair, for example, and then he will want her to be moved, and he's like too scared to move her because she will attack him. And I'm like, yes, Cody, because every time you interact with her,
all like, you do is just grit it. When she sees him, she's like, it's on sight, motherfucker.
Yeah, she's like, playtime, attack now, yes.
And then I'll be like, I don't know why you're so scared, and I pick her up, and she'll like, sometimes she doesn't like being picked up most of the time, so she'll just be like, and then she'll be like, okay, this is happening.
Yeah, she's honestly all talk, minimal bite, and her bite goes like this.
It's kind of like in the Vampire Diaries when they like reel back, and
like make eye contact with the camera up here.
Yeah, and then you just know it's coming, so you can just be like, no.
She does. Anyways, it's that's what that kind of reminded me of, as well as yeah, just don't. Cats aren't trainable. This dude picked it up in 10 months. This other dude needs to pick it up. Cats, you don't train them. You distract them with something else. Like, there's I can play fetch, but I don't know. The internet guide taught her that. I don't know where that came from. But
now you want to talk about like secret cat secrets. That guy, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
No, I'm not even kidding. This internet dude came in to install our internet one day, and she started playing fetch with him. I was sitting there with him, and he was just like, oh, here. And then I've taught her to sit now and touch. She doesn't do it a whole lot anymore because of other animals. But anyways, cats aren't trainable.
I don't know. Just going like picking them up and going, no. That's not the way to do it.
They don't
like if you want to keep them off the counter. I know like some people do like the tin foil thingy and they don't like that.
That works for some animals or some cats. I don't know. There are a lot of people who are like, if your cats get on your counter, that's absolutely disgusting. And you know what? That's fine for your home. In my home, my cat would literally kill me if I didn't let them on. Like, it just wouldn't be possible. You leave the house, they're gonna get on the counter. Like, I hate to tell you.
They're gonna do it while you're gone anyway.
If you think your cat's not on the counter, they're just not on the counter when you're around.
And it's not like you never wipe down your counter.
Yeah, you just wipe it down before you cook or whatever, if that bothers you, you know, or like, I don't know. It's just, those are responsibilities and expectations you have with owning a pet. You know, you have a dog, you're gonna have dog hair. You know, you have a child, your house is going to look lived in. It's just part of it. I don't know. And so yeah, that was my cat story. I thought was kind of relevant again because, you know, we're roommates, we have cats. And some people just don't understand cats. Like cats, I think they have their own book.
They just kind of do what they want.
They literally are their own species, and they're so different from dogs. So
Very different.
There's that. So what story you got for me next?
Okay, so recently we just finished watching Supernatural. So I saw the title and I just had to do it.
Heck yeah.
Am I the asshole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard? I immediately was like, you sue that motherfucker. Because fuck you. I had a 1967 Impala 4-door that I bought in February 2019. This is a little bit of an old one. But I had to, so. A couple months ago, I bought my first house that had a 2.5 car garage. Yeah, sure. I moved the car in and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay and the chassis. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. In another. Plus the whole car garage filled with like parts. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole crisis, and the whole time she has hated the car. I'm guessing it was COVID.
Yeah, probably. That would make sense.
Yeah. It's like a repost thingy, so it's not the actual post, but someone like redid it because there's like updates. I think this one's, I forgot to say, it's from Best of Redditor updates.
Right, and they like do tiers from it.
Yeah, so it's a little confusing.
They organize the information, but sometimes it makes it worse.
Yeah, they don't really get all of it.
Yeah.
Oopsie doopsie. She wants to park her car in the garage, but I have 2 acres of land with a lot of nice places to park under shady trees, or even in the barn if she wants to do it inside. I'm guessing he has a barn. I tell her, tough luck. It's my house, and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick.
Throw it back. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Throw it back. Anyway. When he was out of town for a couple days on a business trip for a small company he works for, his girlfriend was all smiles. Making me food all the time, doing all the chores and all that. I thought maybe she was just happy to have me home. But then I realized I didn't see her car in its usual spot. Happy. I asked her where she parked the car so I could make sure that I mow the area and keep it clean. She said not to worry because she parked in the garage. And I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. Turns out while I was gone, she hired some people to come over and move everything related to that car, including the drivetrain, body, and chassis, and all the parts, and take it to the local dump/scrapyard.
Oh, don't worry, they cleaned it up.
I was absolutely dumbfounded. I had spent over $11,000 on that car, including new parts, services, and the car itself. I told her that I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic.
No, I think that's, yeah.
I told her that it's done between us and to pack her things and leave. I admit I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer, as I have all the receipts for all that money spent, and I have her on my house's security camera footage letting the guys in and watching them take it all. Her friends and family are absolutely blowing me up, saying it's just a stupid old piece of junk and that she could not pay back all that money I spent, and I should just let it go. If she couldn't pay back all the money, then she shouldn't have fucking touched it.
Why do people touch other people's stuff? There's no reason ever, like, whether you're in a relationship or not, you do not touch other people's stuff without, like, their consent. Like, there's no reason. Sorry, that is, like, something that bugs me so much, is somebody touching, especially throwing it away. Yeah. Triggered from the past. Anyways, we know, you know.
R.I.P.
But, no, that is, and it's always bothered me. It's like, dude, there's no reason. If it truly bothered her, have a serious conversation with him. And be like, hey, yo, let's move it, let's do something. And it sounds like he kind of tried to be like, you know, we could have put it in the barn. We could have done these other options.
If he wanted, like, her car, like, inside, they had a barn they could put her car in.
Yeah. And I'm a believer that people come with their things. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and they have a weird car that you don't like, well, it's coming with them. If it's something they care about, that's important too, you know? You don't have to give up everything for somebody else.
Yeah. There's an edit and then there's, like, 2 updates.
All right, let's hear it.
He's just saying thank you. He got a call from her mom. He said about 20 minutes ago and told me I was ruining her daughter's life over a stupid car. I told her she ruined her own life. I've been gathering documentation and stuff. I'm about to head to town to the police station and file a report. And then he's like, thank you. And now
Play
we get
stupid
to
games, win stupid
so he's
prizes.
like, let's do this thing. So update. Went to the police station last night, was told to come back in the morning. Just got back and filed an official report against her for grand larceny and grand theft auto. I showed them all the receipts I had for the car and the footage of her letting the guys come and take it, as well as the title of the vehicle and his name. They said they'll be in contact with all three parties, it's me, ex-girlfriend, and the junkyard guys soon, and will hopefully be able to recover some or all of the car. Just have to wait now. And then the last update. They found the car!
Hallelujah!
It's like, I read this, and it's literally like the last 5 minutes, like 10 minutes of Criminal Minds where they're about to kill the person, and they're like, FBI! Basically.
Oh my gosh.
The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it when the police came to ask them questions. It was on a forklift, and they were going to put it all on top of a pile of cars that was hidden behind more piles of cars. They said it was theirs and that they had the title, but obviously they didn't have the title for it. And
Right,
since
'cause
it
they
didn't
did.
match the VIN on the chassis and the VIN to his title, it was obviously his. I
That's
at
nice.
least know one person there has been arrested, and I think he was in the camera footage I talked about earlier. But I don't know if it was the boss or whoever who was in charge. They also told me they'd be looking into this specific junkyard for any other vehicles reported stolen.
Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they weren't able to get in contact with his ex just yet, but they're working on it.
Oh my god. I would be so.
Yeah, he says he just got
Curious.
lucky. He took so many pictures of like him like detailing it and tearing down the car, so he could use
In
it
the
to
home
prove.
security footage.
Yeah, so he could use it to prove that it was his car.
Get security cameras, man.
I just
Get
thought that
security
was like
cameras.
classic, like OP, you know, like fuck this shit. And
I love that
just-
they turned. The update was perfect. I'm so glad that I had an update, and I'm so glad that he got it. Oh my gosh.
I just liked it because it had the Impala in it. Like, if somebody got rid of that, it's a very sought after car because Supernatural made it popular.
It's true. So it's expensive.
Like, so those are fucking expensive. And he found like an old one and he restored, you know, he's restoring it, and she just got rid of it. I would be so pissed.
There's no reason to do that with anybody's things. It's awful. You know, I've heard stories of people where they'll just be like, yeah, my boyfriend moved in with me. I didn't like his cat, so I rehomed it while he was gone. And like stuff like that. And I'm like, that to me is like,
I fucking hate those stories.
they genuinely like, and I honestly feel the same thing. I know it's a thing versus like a cat or something, but I feel the same way. Don't touch other people's stuff. Don't mess with other people's things. Don't make big decisions without your partner or your person you're living with or you thinking about it. I don't know.
It's like, that's a conversation, but
She needed to
whatever.
ask Reddit before. Would I be the asshole for doing this? Everyone would be like, yes, and still call the police on her. All right, so my next story. This one's a little bit shorter and a little bit more fun, I'd say. Am I the asshole for not explicitly stating that the punch is non-alcoholic? All right. I, 25 female, recently attended a potluck-style work party and brought punch, which has since caused a problem between myself and another coworker, 42 female, who we'll call Sandy. Last week, my boss hosted a party at his house to celebrate the end of the busy season. A job well done. All of my coworkers and their spouses were invited, and we decided it would work well to do a potluck to offset the cost of feeding everybody. About 35 people, since not everyone who came brought a spouse or a significant other. Okay. I volunteered to make the punch that I brought to the previous work events, and everyone said that they enjoyed, as well as some fruit to go with it. This was a casual party with alcohol present, but since I have some coworkers who don't drink, I didn't want to add alcohol to the punch, and I figured that if people really wanted some, they would just add it themselves. Fast forward a couple hours, and Sandy is getting even louder and even more dramatic than normal, and is stumbling around the party. I didn't think much of it. Oops, accidentally clicked link. I didn't think much of it and figured she'd brought her own drinks or was adding some of the host's alcohol that was put out into something else. She suddenly fell off the chair she was sitting on and made a big show saying that it's because she was so drunk. She then asked me, in front of the rest of the coworkers, what it was that I put in that punch. I was confused and told her what was in it. Just a mix of ginger ale, 7-Up, orange juice, and a can of juice concentrate. and she wanted to know what alcohol I put in it because she's been drinking it all night and is really feeling it.
Oh no.
I told her that I didn't put any alcohol in it and asked if maybe someone else had spiked the punch bowl. Nobody said that they added anything. And one of the coworkers who doesn't drink said that they've been drinking it all night. Hold on. They've also been drinking the punch that evening and is completely sober. I understand how context can matter. Like, if everyone was really drunk, then that can even make a sober person feel like they are loaded. But that definitely was not the vibe. Sandy was the only person acting drunk. She then got really quiet and went by herself to the bathroom. The rest of my coworkers and I exchanged some awkward glances and tried to laugh it off. She left shortly after, and I received an angry text from her about how I shouldn't have embarrassed her like that. And that now she looks like an idiot in front of our bosses. And that the rest of our coworkers, and the bosses and rest of our coworkers. She'd been hostile to me at work ever since and basically refusing to talk to me. I didn't think I did anything wrong, and most of my coworkers agree with me, but some say that I should have just let her go on thinking that the punch had alcohol to save her the embarrassment. And I'm wondering now if I'm in the wrong. Am I the asshole?
No.
I thought the story was insane. First off, I definitely understand being oh yeah, man, I'm not kind of feeling this. Even though you haven't really drank
Getting
anything,
that sugar
I
high.
definitely am a person if I'm around somebody who is drunk or somebody who's high or whatever, I'm I kind of I get the vibe too. I want to hang out and have fun too. I don't need to partake to have
giggles.
fun.
I just get the giggles.
Or just their reactions is so funny. But the fact that it sounds like nobody else was that way. She's just giggling it up herself. She's falling off a chair. It's I definitely get being mad in Sandy's shoes because I would be like, oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm so stupid. That I'm a grown adult.
I wonder if there's two options here. She either A, knew that wasn't alcohol, because when I drink something with alcohol in it, I can taste it.
Yeah.
I can definitely taste it.
Yeah.
So I know
it
has alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's rare drinks where you cannot taste the alcohol, and maybe it's people who drink liquor and like to drink liquor that sometimes are I can't even taste it, and I drink it and I'm I can taste it, but good for you. Or B, she she knew it did not have alcohol.
Yeah, no, it's one thing to be man, I'm kind of feeling, so she's man, I'm what is in there? Or she was man, what alcohol's in this? It doesn't taste like alcohol,
Yeah.
And then you'd be no. But to be falling out, she's 42. She's 42. She's party at a work party.
She was acting more drunk than you on your 21st birthday.
If I thought I was that drunk and in a work situation, and I've worked at some weird places, right? But if I thought I was that drunk in a work situation, I would be sitting there pretend I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk. No. That's embarrassing. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I mean, I don't really drink. But no, yeah, she's acting more. We sat around for 5 hours and played Never Have I Ever on my 21st birthday, and nobody was that drunk. So
I was drunk off the atmosphere, it was for sure.
I know. That was awesome. Yes.
That was so funny.
Imagine playing Never Have I Ever for 5 hours. It was awesome. It was the best
day
of my life, I'd
we
say.
were never bored. We were all very into it.
There was never a moment that I was I wish this would stop. And I hate Never Have I Ever. I hate that game. It's awful. It's so... I don't do anything, but it was so much fun. Anyways. But no, I think that is... that I would be embarrassed too. I mean, I kind of feel for Sandy in that sense. But OP definitely shouldn't feel bad at all. OP didn't do anything wrong.
She's the one who's what did you put in this? This is crazy. And she's it's punch. And
it doesn't sound at least as far as writing, it's not she was are you stupid? There's nothing in that.
She was just she literally listed out all the ingredients. And she's no, I meant alcohol. She had that time to save herself. Because she listed all the ingredients. Nobody said anything.
She could have been oh, must have been the whatever I had beforehand.
Yeah, she could have been oh, my bad.
Improv, man.
She's I mixed this alcohol with the punch. because there was alcohol at the party.
In kind of a twisted way, I would love to see an update. There's not an update, but see an update that was like, oh, someone spiked your drink. It was just like, yeah, that would be insane.
Because I feel like because she might have just fully like placeboed herself. Because I feel like I do that sometimes when I drink something. I'm like, woohoo! Yeah. But to be fair, I am very lightweight, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can be the same way. I'm like,
props to the chaperone strawberry margarita I had.
That was a fun time.
Pink Pony Club.
No, that one had alcohol in it, and I was feeling it. Okay. And we weren't the only ones, so I felt better. Yeah. Tegan and I do not drink very often, and
that was a fun night.
We had a strawberry margarita at a chaperone pop-up bar, and it was a fun night.
Thanks, Tatum.
Woo!
Shout out.
Happy birthday.
This is from r/2 hot takes.
Shout out.
It's am I the asshole for choosing my cat over my boyfriend?
Sorry, I turned on my iPad and this showed up again. I can't handle it. I don't know if
just really wants you to see it.
It really is just right there. I think I need a screenshot at this point so I can put it in the video. What if I just sat here playing iPad games the whole time while you're talking?
You just playing Candy Crush.
Candy Crush? I mess with Candy Crush, okay?
Me and my Star Brew Cafe. I got further now. I'm inside the library.
What if we do a podcast and we like start it and then we just finish by just us like heavy breathing while we play games? And like they can't see it. It'd probably perform better than the regular episodes.
Probably.
Anyways, my bad. Go ahead.
You're good. Okay. So my female 24. Life is falling apart because my cat, 9 female. I like how she described the cat as 9 female.
Wow, I've never seen somebody do that before.
Yeah, I've never either.
Huh.
Hates my boyfriend, 24 male.
As if the age makes a difference. Sorry, that's really funny.
No, if he was 25, he'd be cool.
Yeah, like a 9-year-old cat and a 25. Like, yeah.
I met my boyfriend Josh while we were both studying film in college. It was like a movie. We got hired in different departments of a film, but coincidentally, we kept running into each other and having to work together. It felt like a rom-com. We just clicked so perfectly. We dated for the rest of college and then managed almost a year-long distance. A year-long distance. That needs a comma. Sorry.
Typing up a review right now.
Anyway, before we finally made plans to move in together in LA this past fall. We moved into a tiny 3-bedroom with 2 other college friends, and it's cramped, but we're all so close that every day feels like a sitcom. It's so much fun. That would be my worst nightmare. Except one big problem. My cat, Bonnie, hates my boyfriend.
It's like I was talking about when they, like, get rid of him.
Mm-hmm. I found Bonnie as an 8-week-old stray and raised her up to be a healthy, happy, beautiful cat, and that's something that's very special to me. She's grown up to be a mama's girl. She loves to snuggle, and she never bites or scratches me. Wow, it's like Alphonse, except sometimes he does bite me. Sorry.
You know?
Well, it's only when I pet him too much, because then he's like, oh, I love you so much that I'm going to bite you.
Yeah, they like play bite like that. And my cats just sit there and lick me. It's weird.
That's unfortunate. At least your cat doesn't try and lick inside your ear.
Gray cats are weird.
He's.
I'm okay. No, I think all
Shadow.
Shadow's simply a little different.
He's
gremlin.
I don't know. He's got a bit of the tism.
You know.
I don't know if cats can have tism, but he's got it.
I don't need to question it. He has it.
She can be a little sassy to others. She's a calico. It's how she is.
Yeah. But
the way she acts around my boyfriend is shocking. Thumbnail.
Wait, but for real?
Anyway.
That's how I thought a rock, paper, scissors was going to go.
For real. Bonnie does not let Josh touch her, ever. If he tries, he will walk away bleeding. She's like, it's on sight. Mm-hmm. He hides. Oh, no. Josh doesn't hide under the bed. She hides under the bed.
He hides under the bed. I'm picturing that. Picturing her sit out there like, And he's like underneath it. That's awesome. Okay, love it. Go.
She hides under the bed and attacks his ankles as he walks by.
This is what I does to Cody,
Yeah, for real.
basically.
He says she cries all day long when he's working. He works at home. And I'm not home. Something she didn't do when I lived with my parents. She scratches and chews on his clothes and shoes. She's even peed on his clothes a couple of times if he leaves them on the floor or bed. Well, he should put them in the hamper.
The animals do that. Especially cats. Like, you
I know.
put something in the wrong spot.
Alphonse trained Cody to put his clothes in the hamper. I think she's just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
He only ever...
This house looks too lived in.
Yeah, it's too lived in.
You either need to figure it out or move out.
Your cat was like, this... Too much man energy. He needs to put his shit in the hamper. I'm gonna pee on him.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was I doing?
I think reading a story.
Oh, maybe. I think so.
We just call it here. What's the camera doing here?
Where am I? At first, we chalked it up to her being scared of the new environment plus the stress of moving across the country with me. But it's been almost 6 months now, and she hasn't stopped. The constant stress of Bonnie is starting to wear on my relationship with Josh. He's such a kind and loving, gentle person that's one of the big reasons I fell in love with him. But since moving in together, he's become someone I don't recognize. He's negative and stressed all the time. His patience is razor thin. He always speaks violently about Bonnie, saying he wants to hit her or kick her. Disgusting. Sorry. Which terrifies me because he's never acted like this way about anything. Well, you wouldn't know about that because you haven't lived together before. I'm just saying. I know it's especially bad because he works from home, from our bedroom, which is also conveniently where Bonnie spends her entire day. She's a bit territorial with our housemate's cat and doesn't like leaving the room.
Yeah.
Recently, at the end of a particularly long day, Bonnie swiped at Josh and cut him pretty badly. And he yelled at me to get her out of there. So I locked her out in the hallway while I helped him bandage his ankle. But once I did that, our housemate's cat and her started fighting. Brought her back in, and she immediately went and swiped at Josh again before hiding underneath the bed. He started raging at me about how stupid and evil she is. He went as far as shaking the bed to scare her out from under there. What an ass.
I wonder why.
At that point, I didn't even say anything. I just grabbed her carrier, not just her carrier. The cat was in the carrier. And just grabbed the carrier and leaves.
The cat and him are just looking at each other like, what?
She's like, you take care of him. I went to stay with a friend, and Josh didn't text me the rest of the night. My friend asked me if this was a future I wanted for myself. Josh constantly angry, and my cat constantly scared and stressed. And honestly, no. So I started looking for apartments. We only have a 6-month lease. So I was just tired of feeling on edge, and I just wanted to feel some semblance of control. But I even reached out to a friend who I knew was moving soon and asked if she needed a roommate. Unluckily for me, that friend was at our apartment the next day to hang out with my roommate, and she also mentioned to Josh that I had wanted to talk to her about wanting to move in with her. Also, like, if that was my friend, and I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna move out and get some time away from Josh. And that friend goes and like, well, she's thinking about moving in with me and not with you.
That's awful.
That's not a friend.
That's an awful friend.
That's an awful
I couldn't
friend.
Imagine.
Why would she rat you out like that? You're trying to get your shit together. Sorry. Anyway.
No, that's a very, very valid point.
I forgot where I was. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. So Josh called me immediately and yelled at me for about 10 minutes about how stupid it was to choose a cat over a boyfriend.
A cat that you've probably been with for 9 years. The cat was 9. I'm assuming that she's been with him for that long.
Because she found the cat when he was like 8 weeks old. So 9 years.
Yeah.
9 years. He even said that he had been looking at engagement rings. I don't want that. But now he wasn't sure if he wanted to spend his life with someone who'd throw him away like I was. He hung up on me, and I spent the rest of the day crying and calling my family and friends for advice. I've tried to call Josh to talk or ask to go to therapy together or something, but he's ignoring me. I went by the apartment. The friend I was staying with agreed to watch Bonnie, but he wasn't even there. It's been 2 days with no contact, and I'm getting more and more sure about moving out. Good, you should be.
Yeah.
This isn't the person I pictured my future with, but at the same time, everyone in my life seems shocked about me wanting to move out. My mom even said I was throwing my life away. I feel like I'm going crazy. The man I imagined marrying is not the man that keeps ignoring my calls. And as silly as it sounds, cats are so smart and intuitive. I don't understand why she'd behave like this to him for no reason.
I've said it before, and I mean, I'll say it again, is I 100% believe in animals, especially cats, like, instincts, except for Shadows. But that is just, like, that's definitely a messy situation in general.
I just think it was a combination of you moved, like, this cat was used to being an only cat, and then it went to being to a new place where there was another cat, and they didn't exactly get along.
Yeah.
And so basically, I think that cat's territory was like the house except for that one bedroom. So the cat would go in the one bedroom, but there's a stranger in there too.
Yeah.
And it just kind of didn't help. Yeah. So the cat was like, get the fuck out of my safe place.
Yeah.
I think.
No,
Series of unfortunate events, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's super hard because you don't, like, I've had cats for the, I mean, because how old are they? They're like,
oh yeah, hold on. I think they're 24. Give me
like 20 something, right?
They're both 24.
So, I mean, if you've had a cat for 9 years, that's your teenage childhood cat, right? And, I mean, it's hard, but she's also being very, like, smart and paying attention to his reaction. She noticed, he's miserable.
Yeah.
And so she's kind of like, well, I don't want to make him miserable. I don't want to make my cat miserable, but also I love my cat, and my cat doesn't understand what's happening. He understands what's happening. I know it's not ideal, but it's really smart of her to be able to. And then obviously she's looking at his other reactions, of, like, being with somebody who thinks that. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been in situations where I've been like, "Oh my god, cat, I'm gonna punt you across the room," right?
Yeah.
But, like, I'm obviously kidding.
Yeah,
and it sounds like she at least felt he was serious.
Yeah.
About,
especially when he was, like, shaking the bed, like, scaring the cat. It's like, that's not gonna help. It's just gonna make the cat lash out more.
Yeah. And I mean, that's tough. It sounds like they probably could have done a better job maybe introducing them to each other, because I think sometimes people look past that. Like, cats
aren't as like
dogs are like, oh, people most of the time. Even dogs that are shy, usually, like, they're usually, I don't know, I'm not a dog person, but like, cats, even the friendliest of cats, need
some time to adjust.
Yeah. And so I mean, I don't know, that's just me kind of reading into it. It sounds like, I mean, it's really hard to say, oh, well, you shouldn't be with him because you're a cat, because, like, it does seem stupid, but
I think
it's more than that.
I think they probably should just get their, like, if they're gonna keep it together and work it out, I think they should get their own apartment where he's the only cat. It's not, because they're probably, like, mostly confined to, like, one room. Yeah. And that's, like, a lot.
Because he's working from that room. He needs to find a room where if they really want to make this work, they need to find a house or apartment
where he can just work.
He can have his own office that the cat's just not allowed in. The cat's never been in there, so there's no safety zone, whatever. I mean, I know cats don't like closed doors, but if the cat really hates him, the cat probably won't want to
go in there anyway.
I mean, that would be, like, my only thing, and honestly, you'd still have to probably figure out a way to reintroduce them to each other, in a sense, in, like, a neutral zone, or in the cat's zone. If she ends up staying with a friend and the cat's chill in that environment, maybe he comes over and meets the cat there.
So I still feel like, I don't know, I feel like a really big factor is that other cat that's territorial.
Oh yeah,
because it's probably not making that.
The cat probably needs a calming collar that makes it smell really good.
A lavender
and glow in
scent.
the dark.
Yeah, glow in the dark.
Sorry, I just
makes it smell like they've been laying in laundry all day.
Ah, that's so nice.
Speaking from experience,
my stinky cats need them.
They're pretty nice.
Shadows.
They're pretty nice, and they're glow in the dark. So whenever you wake up at 3 a.m. and you feel pressure on you, you can just look up and there's, like, a collar just hovering above you.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm really trying to figure out a way to not just be like, yeah, leave him, because obviously that's hard. That's that's not really something you just do. But if he's acting this way, maybe it's not worth it to her. And I think if she's questioning that, then I feel like maybe,
because I don't think she even said, like, we're done. I think she's just was saying, I think we're gonna move to another apartment or something. Like,
yeah, and that's just an awful feeling. I mean, I think about it like if you've ever had two friend groups and they meet each other and they like don't really get along or don't really vibe, like that's a terrible feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine like a cat and somebody you love being like not getting along. Like, things you
Bandit, my dog, he hated Cody. He hated it. He hated it because it's just been me and Bandit for like the past like 11 years together, and all of a sudden this guy comes lumbering into my bed at 2:00 in the morning. That's attack on sight. Someone's trying to get
intruder. Yeah, some weird looking dude.
Especially because he's like, like over the bed, and he's like, oh hell nah, what is this funky looking guy?
Yeah. I feel the same way about Cody when I see him.
But he basically, I mean, he wouldn't like full on, he's a little thing. He
like
wouldn't full on like attack him, but he would like nip at his hand if he tried to like touch me,
He still does it.
He still does it sometimes.
When Cody like gets too close to you on the couch, Bandit will be like,
he's like, what are you doing? He's like, what are you doing?
No. All right, really abrupt. Never mind on the last story. First off, I couldn't find it. Second off, the cameras are dying, and just it's all going downhill real fast. So we're gonna try to get
TLDR. Yeah, it's not going good.
This ain't it. Honestly though, every time we get a little smoother. And I'm really happy. I'm loving the podcast. I don't know. I'm having a good time.
I mean, at least it wasn't like our unreleased Christmas episode we tried to do.
There is an unreleased Christmas episode, so if you're wondering why there was such a big break in episodes, well, okay, this last time was because we've last filmed on January 1st. It's now the 21st of February, and that's mostly because we had 2 episodes. So I took a break, but then I got sick, and then I got sick again, and then
it was a rough one.
Here we are. But yeah, there was also a break because we have an unreleased Christmas episode.
It was really fun, you guys. It was really fun.
It was a great time.
Really great.
Just like today. Today was a great time. What a segue. Anyways, that was really fun. Hopefully we'll do some more of those type of just reading Reddit stories in general, whether it's Am I the Asshole or whatever other funny stuff we can find.
Fun reads.
I have a whole bunch of other ideas, so stay tuned for that. If you're here, if you've made it this far, that's insane. Because nobody except for myself does that. And maybe Tatum.
Hi,
Shout
Tatum.
out. But yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. My goal is to do this I'm gonna say this on camera, and then it's not gonna happen. My goal is to do this since I'm in school currently. To do an episode every 2 weeks. Hopefully on Tuesdays. So stay tuned for that. That's my goal. But yeah, also follow me on Spotify. There's a Spotify, Anyssa Chat's Spotify. That's it.
If you want
to, then you can listen to it anywhere. And I put the video version on Spotify too, so you can watch it on Spotify, and then you can turn your phone off and listen to it at the same time while you're doing something.
Crazy.
So revolutionary technology. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I don't think there's anything else I can shout out. Bye.